TCA every damn day.
Away we go, good listener, on a Friday edition of the Tall Can Audio Podcast. Matt Robinson with you in the TCA Studio in beautiful Bytown, Canada. It's hot and humid Bytown, Canada. Even the studio, a little warmer than I like, but we'll get after it anyway. We'll survive, we'll endure, and we will stay hydrated with a couple of pints here on the podcast. But we're joined today by our buddy Graham Creech. What's going on, man?
What's going on? No, it's very comfortable in here. I was actually thinking on my drive over, I'm like, I hope he has air conditioning because it's going to be brutal if not. So, no, I'm comfortable, very comfortable.
There are some days I find, and you're probably like this a little bit, I don't know, maybe you're at a point in your, you know enough about controlling sound in a certain environment, and you sort of get to a point where you're like, that one's important, that's not really important. There are days where I will turn off the AC vent behind me in the studio. This is not one of those days. This is just not one of those days. So it's
Pints
good to
are
see
cool
you, man.
too.
Yes, exactly. It is hot, so we will stay hydrated. What did you grab out of the fridge there?
So I grabbed something that I have never had before. Eastbound Brewing, I guess that's out of Toronto, and this one is called Backpacker Blonde Ale.
Okay. I have never had that one either, I don't think. I'm only vaguely familiar with the brewery, to be honest with you, although it was sitting in my fridge. You'd think I'd know something.
I will say I snuck a peek at my next one, and I'm familiar with it. We'll talk about that later.
We will. We'll get to it. Over here, I'm venturing just a little bit west of the city to Calabogie. This is their uncharted Mexican-style lager. It's kind of a cerveza kind of thing, 4.2%. And again, on a day like this, it seemed appropriate, man. Yes, that's exactly what I was looking for in this kind of weather, to be honest with you. Look, I did manage to sneak out of town for a couple days, so for the good listeners' sake, I know you're often used to us doing something on July 1st evening, kind of to wrap up the day that was around free agency. We'll talk a little bit about that, but I've only been back in the city here for a couple hours. Creature, what'd you get up to for your Canada Day?
So actually, we've started over the last couple years. We used to always do like we take the kids to the fair, like at KRC in Canada, do Canada Day party and fireworks, and it's like, man, you're jamming like 3 different activities into one day, and it's always like 40 degrees, so like you're cooking and it's busy. So the last couple of years, we started doing the fair like a day or two before.
Oh yeah,
and it's like half the price, and there's no lines. So we do that, and then we do everything else kind of on Canada Day. So we did the fair a couple days before. We were going to do fireworks in Richmond the night before, so on the 30th, but they were canceled because of the weather.
Yeah.
And then yesterday, Canada Day, we went to a friend's house in Manotick, beautiful home, and they have a pool, so kids and everyone were in the pool. And then for the storm, they actually have this beautiful outdoor kitchen that's huge and covered fully by the house. So everyone was in that during the storm, like staying dry and just watching the storm. So it was good. It was really good Canada Day.
I see, like, I got some notifications just because of the way my weather app is set up, even though I was out of town. Like, it seemed like a bunch of stuff was getting canceled, like some of the Canada Day ceremonies around. I guess they're doing it at Le Breton now instead of on the hill. Like, I guess it got kind of nasty around here. I guess the 417, the westbound lanes, a couple of them were flooded out briefly. Like, sounds like it was quite a day up here, man. I missed most of it. Down where I was, it was hot as hell and humid. So no one was shocked that the weather popped up, but it was gorgeous all day. The kids were in the water all. That's why I went down. My nieces and nephews were all going to be there. I left on Tuesday, rolled back in here, like I said, on Thursday afternoon. So it was a quick turnaround, but fun to be in the water, fun to just be around everybody. And yeah, about 5:30, 6 o'clock, the temperature just kind of had, in like 20 minutes, felt like, anyway, it dropped 10 degrees and the wind kind of picked up, and there was some sheet lightning coming on, and off in the distance you could hear the thunder. And then basically from the lake we were sitting on, man, you could watch the storm rolling in. So everyone's doing like a mad dash. People are jumping in the water to grab some of the like floaty kids toys that are floating around in there that are going to disappear. All the cushions had to be put away for some of your outdoor furniture and stuff. And Man, we didn't get a ton of rain, but the wind for a little while. Like, we're not on a huge.
You didn't get a ton
lake.
of rain?
We did not get a ton of rain.
We got a ton.
It was more wind. Like, it was a brief monsoon that kind of rolled in, and like, we're not on a huge lake, but it's kind of like whitecaps all of a sudden out of nowhere. And we were outside after the storm passed, basically like picking up furniture from our neighbor's yard and stuff like that had blown around. So it got wild, man. It was kind of a crazy day.
Sounds like it.
Yeah. Good time, though. And it sounds like it was kind of wild up here, and so we're back around it. We'll. I want to get your take on everything that went down here on NHL free agency. Did you... It sounds like you had a busy day. I'll be honest with you. This is the first time in quite a while, maybe ever, that I not one time turned on Free Agent Frenzy on TSN or whatever Sportsnet calls theirs. I was on Twitter constantly. Like, I did keep searching and looking around and refreshing, but I didn't watch almost any of it. It sounds like you had a busy day too. Did you watch much?
Yeah, actually. So typically, like over the last 16 or 17 years, like I'm often working Canada Day,
right,
as a part of a free agency show with AJ or Lloydie or somebody,
yep,
or CJ or whoever over the years. But this year we didn't have a show, and yeah, I just completely kind of checked out. Like we were with friends and family and everything like that, so I wasn't really on my phone.
Right.
But there was a couple times, and like we were in the pool and and all that stuff. So there was a couple times where I'd go take a break in the shade and take a look at the phone to see what was going on. But yeah, no, I didn't watch a single second of the coverage. And then when I got home, I certainly went on Twitter and
of course
checked out to see what was going on. And like, so I kept my finger on the pulse like a little bit, but I don't know, the last couple of years, it's like, yeah, I'm just here to see the kids have fun and have a blast, and
that was sort of it
at
for
some
me.
point catch up with all that stuff.
Of course, right? Like, it's not like I'm missing a game. I will have 2 months to catch up on who signed where and who did whatever. For me, it was the same thing. I drove 4 hours down there to be around the family. I don't need to be inside watching. I was going to say Duthie and the crew, but he's on assignment out at the World Cup. It was Hayes, I guess, was running the show by the sounds of it. But I'm sort of curious, in a general sense, you know, we can talk about what they did do and what they didn't do, what the mood is like as somebody kind of around the text line at TSN 1200. What's the mood right now in the Sens fan base? They've been through the Brady thing. There's sort of some mixed feelings on Giroux, right? Like, in terms of, should you have just given him what he wanted? The presser, I'll be honest with you, I didn't love what Steos had to say about it. Like, we didn't do much today because we're waiting to see about... You don't wait on a 38-year-old, in my opinion, but I'm not a Sens guy. What is the mood of the fan base right now in just sort of what's gone on here over the last month or so?
I think it's calmed down a little bit today. Like, I worked CJ and I did the draft show on Friday, so a week ago, and I think people were excited when the day started. It's like, okay, we've already got Eklund. They've got a couple picks they could deal. They signed Spence,
right?
And they acquire Burakovsky and then Anderson, and people were like, okay, I don't know about this. And then people, I think, for the most part, based on like the texts that came in, were just assuming and waiting on that 25th to be packaged with something to bring in somebody,
another move of some kind,
and then they use it. And again, I just have a philosophy where I don't rip any kid that gets drafted at any number.
I won't speak for you. What the hell do I know about these kids coming in, right?
Well, exactly. Yeah. Same.
There's a couple names I recognize, and I'd be excited if my team picked them. The rest, I'm just like, I don't know. I'll see you in 3 years.
And if a team goes off the board, like, it's fair to be disappointed or curious and why. But like, I'm never gonna rip a pick because those guys know way more than we do.
Yeah.
And yeah, like, it's, you never know how it's gonna play out. People were shitting all over Sanderson getting picked. They wanted Drysdale. Look at that now. So,
I was pointing and laughing at the Sens for taking Kachuk over Zadina.
Oh, there you go.
That's not pan out that well.
Where's Philly playing? He's not filling nets. That's
it's true.
Not here anyways. So yeah, that's my philosophy. A. B. The pick comes in, and I think the general consensus, like through the consolidated lists, had him like 77, 80, 81st. So like, you can... imagine the text that came in. It's like, Sens go off the board again, classic. But then I think they start to learn a little bit about the player and
there's
played 9
context to
games
it,
and all that. It's like, okay, maybe there's a big ceiling here. So I think they've calmed down on
that's
that.
Logus and Hone, right? That was and the comparison I gave to Rob in that moment, and he loves when I make things about the Leafs, I'm sure you will too, but Morgan Rielly missed his entire draft year. And say what you want about Morgan Rielly, if a 25th overall can have a career like that, like who is an impact player, is he a number 1 defenseman? Probably not on a cup winner. I can actually tell you on a cup winner. It turns out not a number 1, but a very good career, a very productive player, a very usable player. You can't just base it all on the draft year, right? If there's a bit of a trajectory and guys get hurt and it happens, take a swing. I like at 25, the Leafs drafted Tyler Biggs. Don't do it, man. Don't draft for lows. Like, don't draft for floor. Draft for ceiling. Like, take a big swing and see what happens. And there's a chance that kid, he missed his draft year because he was hurt. If he had all that kind of talent in the 2 or 3 years leading up, might pan out brilliantly, right? Like, you never know.
So I'm actually, I'm cool with them taking a swing like that, and maybe it ends up being a stud. And then just to wrap up on fan reaction and emotion, I would say, I'd say to most of the people we've heard from are not angry, but feel like maybe the team has taken a step back, and we're wanting a little bit more. So we'll see how it plays out. We'll see if they make a hockey trade, and because I do feel like they are 100% the top 6 forward short.
Yeah. Because like Eklund comes in, he's a different type of player, but he sort of takes Brady's spot. But they already needed another number 6 when Brady was still here, right?
Yeah, they need another guy.
Yeah.
100% in my opinion. So we'll see how it ends up playing out. And not sour on them. No. But I would probably say it's considered a bubble team, in my opinion, right now. And hopefully with Linus Olmark in a good spot mentally, Eklund, hopefully really good fit, and then he helps others have good fits. And then, let's be honest, so obviously Brady Tkachuk's a massive loss.
Of course, yeah.
But the Brady Tkachuk that they gave up, in my opinion, from post-Four Nations through last season is not the same Brady Tkachuk you're going to see in Florida next year. So giving up that guy that he was the last season and a half in Ottawa, plus the distraction, like they could be a better team for it.
Yeah.
But I do still think, I like their blue line. I like Linus Olmark.
Do you read anything in it? Like, fans are very fan is short for fanatic, right? People have noticed there wasn't a whole lot of Instagram activity when Brady left. And yet there was when pieces started coming in, right? Like, there's been some talk that maybe by the end things had gotten a little sour in the dressing room. I've never heard that anybody, like the dressing room, hated Brady or anything crazy like that. But just some of the noise around Brady, maybe some of the guys were just like, yeah, it's probably time, right? Like, did you get that sense? Because there's been a lot of talk that the different players in the room's social media was quiet when he left, and all of a sudden they all logged back in when other guys started coming back in.
Yeah, I had heard rumblings in the later stages of last season that some of the players felt it was best to move on, and not like they didn't hate him.
No.
But it was just like, you know what, it's probably clear that a split is best.
Yeah.
I heard a couple other players might not sign or extend in Ottawa if that situation was still playing, but. No, like I certainly didn't hear anything like I hate that guy.
No. Yeah, I think a lot of fans were drawing a line between point A and point B that like.
Well, yeah, I think Sanderson was the only one that publicly posted something, and then like Spence signs and you see all that stuff flood in.
Everybody's like, welcome back, Spencey, or whatever, right?
And I don't necessarily think that means like those other guys hate him. It's just like, okay, well you're choosing to. Like, you asked out. You're choosing to leave. So we'll message you privately and whatever, say what we got to say. But we're not going to be like, hey, so long, like, thanks.
for bailing on us. Yeah. Can you, do you get a sense at all? I'm curious to get your take on this. I asked Rob about this. I've talked to a couple different people, who, are either around the market or big fans. Would you have any hesitation? And I'm not suggesting that he is necessarily the slam dunk has to be captain. But would you have any hesitation putting the C on Jake Sanderson based on all the noise?
He's my guy.
Yeah.
100%.
You're going with that?
Yeah. Obviously we're not in the room.
No.
But from the outside looking in, he's my guy.
It's not just he's another American Olympian. He might leave and...
Yeah, no. I think some people would have that fear.
Yeah.
But I'm led to believe that he's all in on being in Ottawa and being an Ottawa Senator, and I think everything about his makeup screams captain, everything. So, and no disrespect to like a Thomas Chabot, and he's obviously done a lot of good things for the organization in the city.
Been here a long time.
Stutzla's a stud too, but for me, Jake Sanderson is like the definition of a captain. And I felt that way while Brady was here. I wasn't saying anything in public like Brady shouldn't be captain or anything, but I just admire the way Sanderson plays and conducts himself. Like he's a leader, big time.
Yeah. Do you think? Obviously, that's your guy. Do you think the organization may? You've mentioned the three obvious choices, obviously, right? Sanderson, Chabot, and Stutzla. Like I can't imagine it would go anywhere outside of that three. Do you think the organization might look at Stutzler, might look at Chabot differently than obviously Sanderson for you, but do you think they might?
It's tough to answer because we're not in that room. But yeah, I think those two other guys would have a case.
They're not
for
crazy
sure.
choices.
And then another, no, for sure. Like if they ended up naming Chabot captain or Stutzla captain, I wouldn't be disappointed. That's their decision to make based on the dynamics of their team and dressing room.
Mm-hmm.
The other name I would throw out is if Giroux does end up signing.
Oh, interesting.
Maybe you go a year or two or whatever.
Kind of a transition moment.
Exactly.
Yeah. Where do you think, and I should reiterate right now for the listener because things are happening fast. We are talking at, I don't know, whatever the hell it is, 6:45 on Thursday evening, and Giroux has not signed anywhere, here or Philly or anywhere else. What do you make of that?
Yeah,
is he still trying to squeeze them? Is he bluffing?
I don't think so. I think going into it, I think there's a huge desire from him and his family to be in Ottawa.
Yeah, once you come home,
but I also think that there's a
leave?
huge desire to win. You're 38, so
well, in that regard.
There's so many things that go into
Philly? If people keep talking, if it's not Ottawa, it's Philly, and I think they're better than they were, that they have been recently. I don't think they're going to win.
Well, there's so many things at play too, right? Maybe he feels disrespected by the offer. Maybe he is unsure of what exactly the role will be because of the acquisition of Burakovsky, and so there's so many things at play. I don't know, but.
But you don't think he's bluffing?
I think he's keeping a door open for Ottawa, and I think that he's exploring whatever his options are.
I made it clear there. I posted on Twitter. I referenced there a moment ago. I didn't really love what Staios had to say about it on July 1st when he said, we didn't do much today. We're kind of keeping some room for Giroux. And for me, Claude Giroux, while a hometown guy and probably an organizational leader and a guy you'd be happy to have back, I don't think you wait for a 38-year-old, middle six winger now. I think if there was business to be done, you do it. And especially when he referenced we offered Giroux an extension as far back as the trade deadline. And if he didn't love it, he has every right to go out and see if he can do better. I don't begrudge the guy that at all. I look... If I was Staios, I probably would have kept my cards a little tighter than that and just said, the door remains open, we remain in contact. I would not have said, we didn't do anything today because we're waiting for Claude Giroux.
Yeah, I read into it a little bit differently. I think the way I'm reading into it is this waiting on Giroux is not preventing them from making a hockey move and bringing in a really good player. Mm-hmm. I think reading between the lines, and I could be way off, but they're not going to bring in and overpay
Corey Perry, another old guy.
Something like that, or something like that, or somebody that's having a big payday where it's like, wow, that guy's making about $3 or $4 million more than I thought. Like, it's kind of stuff that happens on July 1. Like, we're not going to grab one of these guys who might be like Victor Arvidsson or whoever it end up, like someone like that.
Yeah.
Like, so there's still room for Giroux,
Teddy Bluger,
and then maybe they still want that top 6 forward, and they're trading a prospect and a first round pick or a roster player and a first round pick for that. So I just read into that if they're going to add another piece of depth that fits in all over the place, it's for Giroux. Like, they're not going to, all right, Victor Arvidsson or Teddy Bluger, whatever.
Yeah.
Fill in the blank.
What did you make of I was baffled when the Leafs brought in Sammy Ersson. I was baffled when the Sens traded for Sammy Ersson's rights. I was baffled when they gave him, was it 2 years at 2.2? And I get that a little bit, right? If you go to arbitration, it could have ended up higher, so at least you know but you just didn't have to do it, right? Like, what do you make of, because they also now have given Merlanen another year. Did they not extend him today?
Yeah.
Yeah. So what's the plan here?
I think they're going to run with 3 goalers.
That always works well. I don't think you need...
Well, you can't lose Merlanen. I think he's still a guy you can't give up on. But I also feel that they couldn't go with him as the backup next year just because of how his season in Ottawa was last year. Like, you got to make the playoffs, and like the expectation should be to win rounds now.
Yes.
Like, it can't be happy with like, oh, we're getting in, we're going to lose in the first round. So I don't think you could come in with just Merlanen. That said, like, I don't love the Ersson acquisition.
No.
They have goalie experts and coaches and guys that see that kind of game at the highest level, and they believe that there's tools and mechanics there that will lead to success, and maybe playing behind Ottawa's structure, those numbers will improve. But just on the surface, like, what I can evaluate is the numbers.
Yeah.
And they're not good.
They're not.
So I don't love it. Like, I would have going
You're right
into
to point
it,
out, though, Philly was not this lockdown, whatever. Like, he may be behind Ottawa's strict system, right? Maybe there's something there.
Maybe there's something there. Like, going into free agency, I was, and this was before the Stuff Daddy put it out there, I was just wondering, like, Comrie, or not Comrie. What's
Ersson?
No, the Edmonton Connor Ingram.
Yeah.
I was like, I would like that because, and he has experience. I think in Phoenix he played like a 51 game season and had some good numbers. So that was the guy that I kind of hoped that they
Rob was
would grab.
willing, as long as Allmark was here, Stu Skinner behind him would have looked fine, right? Like, as long as he's not your guy, as your number 2, he would have been fine too. And he got $3 million out of Winnipeg. Makes me wonder what they're up to, but that's a whole other conversation.
Yeah,
I
gotta think Hellebuck's gone.
It kind of looks that way. We'll see how all that shakes loose. But that was a strange decision, and it doesn't really solve the problem. Like, you almost have no choice but to keep 3 goalies on the roster now, because, I guess you could send Ersson down, but you just gave him $2.2 million. I don't think anyone will claim him. Well, but Merlanen will get claimed. You cannot send him down.
He's not going down.
No.
So maybe, like, hopefully it works out, and Ersson is, as Steve Sio said, provides great value in year 2. And year 1. But if it doesn't work out, then you probably don't have a problem waiving him. And maybe Merlanen looks unbelievable in camp and starts the season well. And, okay, we're going here. And maybe they still run with 3 goalies. Or maybe they do waive him because they don't, nobody's going to pick multi-year 2.2 with a guy that isn't playing well. So, I'm not concerned about that. I think there's a spot now for that, and you've seen teams carry 3.
Yeah.
So
it does happen.
I'm okay with it because I don't want to see them lose Merlanen.
Last thing on the Sens before we zoom out a little bit. Burakovsky. Again, I was surprised, and there's talent there. We've seen the guy produce before, but it's been a while. I suppose it's possible that, again, being plugged into a better system, like Chicago's been a mess for a couple of years. So maybe he's just not a guy who can flourish in chaos, and if plugged into a Travis Green system, which is far more organized, maybe there's something to be had there. What do you think they see in terms of his role?
Well, I imagine they see someone who has upside and tremendous value when put in the right situation. Like that's what those guys are all paid to do. Obviously it's been trending down for him since I think he had like a 22 goal, 62 point season in Colorado the year they won the cup.
That's right. Yeah.
It's been trending down since then. So, obviously their people are telling them that there could be a good fit here. And can you imagine, how much time did we spend on them needing a top six forward? Imagine there is a fit there and it's like, oh, this guy still has some game left. And
something, yeah.
Cause he can pass and
Clicks
he's
with
got a
Dylan
great
Cousins
shot.
or
He's got
something,
good hands and, here's this 20 goal scorer, second line player that a lot of people didn't like this pickup, but ends up providing great value. So I do think the whole transaction and everything, there was rumors and reports that Chicago was gonna waive him anyways, and what was the pressure to give up an asset, blah, blah, blah. The other side of it for me is, because I think the Senators have been hammered a little bit on shit like that.
Yeah.
And the thing that not everyone talks about...
Because Erson was the other one, right? Was probably not going to be qualified by Toronto. You could have
just like, why didn't you get that guy? Why didn't you get this guy?
Yeah,
the thing that not everyone is talking about is, well, a player has to want to come to Ottawa too.
Right.
So maybe they buy out Burakovsky, and he's like, well, I'm not going to Ottawa.
Right. Whereas now you have his rights, and he's obligated to
So-
support. Yeah, maybe.
We'll see. Initially, though, you see it, and it's like, weird.
It's underwhelming. I don't
For
think it's
sure.
a disaster. I just think it was kind of I don't know what that is.
It could be a situation where he's there in and out of the lineup, or
Could
they're
be.
on fourth line,
Yeah.
or maybe he pops and he's on the second line. So
Yep.
see how it goes. But yes, when you see it on the surface initially, like when I saw the transaction come through, it's like, I don't know how I feel about this one.
Right.
Actually, I know how I feel about this one, I should say.
I do want to kind of stay I was watching the draft this year in a different way than I have in past years. And it was to see if Canadian teams would take a different approach in this kind of potentially new world, right? This new Dylan Larkin is even the sniff of the Canadian border. I better get further south. I better get to a different mark. Brady Tkachuk leaves. We saw what happened with Quinn Hughes. There's still talk about Connor Hellebuck.
Of course, when Matthews leaves.
Yeah, well, he would never, Creech. Especially once his buddy Zach Werenski arrives in town to back him up. That's happening for sure. But there is the other side of it, right? We have seen over the years guys commit long-term. Lane Hudson did it not too long ago. Matthews has done, Sanderson has done it. We have seen guys. I don't think we want to paint everyone with one brush, but I did want to watch the draft to see if Canadian teams were a little jumpy. And the one that stood out to me the most was Winnipeg going with Viggo Bjork. And I don't think that was a crazy pick. It's not like it was a reach or anything like that. But a lot of the Scandinavian guys are happy to play in Canada. They don't have the political nonsense going on between Canada and the United States right now. And I just wonder, in your opinion, because we did see it a little bit with Lagesson Hone, the Sens making their first selection out of Scandinavia. Do you think we're getting to a point where Canadian teams are going to have to be more sensitive to this and will take less risks with Americans? Or was this just a coincidence this year with this class that, Yeah,
it's a good question. I think there's always going to be a handful of you've heard it in the past too, where younger American players, I don't want to play in Canada.
Yeah.
And I think it's a different situation this year because that group was so close, being Four Nations and then the Olympics and the political tension and all that stuff. But then for Brady, you got the brother factor and there's so many things.
But the Sens take a Swede. The Leafs get a Canadian. That was sort of predetermined.
When you're picking one.
Yeah. The Jets take a Swede. The Canucks take a Canadian.
You just have to do your homework.
Yeah.
In your interviews with these players, would you have a problem playing in Canada? I mean,
right.
Fuck that. Or
Did they walk
no.
in with a 51st state button on or something? Probably won't draft that guy.
So, just do your homework.
Yeah. I guess, right?
It's hard to know.
I don't know anything, right? Like, you can't extrapolate too much, but I did watch the draft in a slightly different way and just see whether the Canadian teams were at all jumpy about that whole thing. I don't know. You know what? Let's just cruise to the break here, staying on the Sens, and we'll do the rest of the league in the second half. The Brady Tkachuk aftermath, where he said it wasn't about his brother, it was about the Panthers. Like, these little things. There's been rumors since he's been saying for 4 years he was never going to stay, which I found tough to square with reality. Just, what do you... Was it predetermined to you? Like, when he signed his extension, did you always envision a day he was leaving, or was there still enough shine on him? I remember... When
he signed it? No.
Yeah.
Like, I wasn't thinking, like, he's not...
Was that not the night he comes out to the Austin 316, like the Steve Austin music? He's back in town.
With Frank the Tank?
Yes, exactly.
That was an unbelievable night.
Yeah.
I remember, it's a funny story, that was Claire Hanna's first game covering the Senators. And so it's Leafs. It's Brady extension.
Yes.
He comes in the house. Frank the Tank. Steve Austin.
Had he missed a game or two or something?
She turns to me and she... Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Or that might have been the home opener, but he wasn't playing.
Right. Okay.
Or not the season opener.
Yes. Yeah.
So she turns to me and she's like, is it like this all the time here? This is awesome. I'm like... No.
It's not like this anywhere all the time. Yeah. That was a wild night. Reaction?
When he signed that, I wasn't like, he's gone at some point. But I did start to wonder, like, not because of like any inside information or anything, but just I'd say a year or two ago, I just wondered, like, wonder if this guy's going to extend here. And there's so many things at play, like obviously family, being a patriotic American, all that stuff. But, and who knows what was going to happen with the 51st state stuff. You would not have been able to predict that shit was going to happen.
Wild, yeah.
But I always thought, like, well, they're going to have to be a team that competes for the cup. And if they were a team that was top couple of teams in the conference every year, and they're a team that could win the Stanley Cup, and all that other shit didn't happen.
Yeah.
Then maybe he's like, I love these boys. I'm in a great spot. We have a great chance to win the cup. I'm extending. But I did. So I was wondering. I'm like, well, if they're not in that spot, like, is he going to sign extension? And you have to find out in advance. And that's what going into this offseason. I'm like, he's gone. He has to be gone. Because you need to know if he's extending, and if not, you're trading him. Because you can't go in and have 1 year left on his deal.
Yeah.
And especially knowing that it was one destination. Because then they're holding, they got you. Well, we know he's coming here, so we're just either going to acquire him with 1 year left, or we're going to wait a year and we'll get him, and
we'll get less.
This is all you get.
No, and
we'll give you Eric Brandstrom.
The return. Oof. The return they got was fine. Like, I'm sure fans would have preferred a name or two, right? But 3 first round picks is nothing to. But like you said, the longer you wait and you get another offseason down the road, that you're not getting that with 1 year left, right? Like
not when he's probably only going to one destination,
right?
Like, if there's 1 year left, and there's like, or even if you waited till the deadline and it's like, holy shit, we could get Brady and push us over the top if he'd go anywhere. But if they have one destination in mind,
well, this is
not going to help you out on that.
There did seem to be, and it is to his credit and the organization's credit that it stayed quiet.
Yeah, I agree.
And even in the aftermath, it sounded like there was 4 or 5 teams, even if there was only one. Yeah, but you almost have to hold out this thing like, well, I might go to Minnesota, or he might go to, that allows you to get something, because otherwise Florida just holds all their cards and goes, yeah, no, we'll flip you a second and a fourth, and that's the best we can do, right? Like, I think it is
at that point, you're Steve Stais. You're like, all right,
I'll keep the fucking
come Brady,
right? Yeah,
be miserable.
Exactly, yeah,
I don't give a shit.
Well, that was all the talk, like, that I was keeping an eye on around Werenski, because perhaps he was interested in Toronto or would consider Toronto. And there is a certain point, because at one point Dreger reported that maybe you don't have to do Matthew Nyes to get him. Like
What's all this Matthew Nyes talk?
I
like that player a lot.
I do too. Now, I would have traded him for Zach Werenski, like a top 3 defenseman in the league. I would do that, but I have no idea why it seems like they're out there shopping him all over the place. But my point being is that at some point, if you're Columbus, you just go, yeah, no, I'm not doing this. Like, you have to have some self-respect and just keep the player and say, you know what, show up to training camp or sit out and don't get paid. Like, it's up to you. But I'm not trading you for that, right? You have to have a little spine, I think. It's an interesting time around the Sens, man. The vibe I'm getting, and you certainly have a better handle on it than I do, but that Sens fans are, I think the word I would use is grumpy. Like, this has not been a good month or two, and it isn't just that Brady left. It's just, I kind of thought maybe we might get a little more than William Eklund. Maybe we might do something else at the deadline. Now we're waiting on Claude Giroux. I don't know if I've ever seen Steve Staios' name. Like, I don't think he's getting trashed, but people are kind of like, you better show me something again here. You better remind me why we all like you, why we all call you Steady Steve.
The Steady Steve means have turned into Sleepy Steve.
Yeah, right.
No, I would say people are frustrated.
Yeah.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
Not overwhelming, though. Like, I think people are disappointed. Some people are
This is
optimistic.
not
Like, it's a
Dorian
mix.
heat. Yeah, no.
But even when Brady was traded, like, the organization took, like, almost no heat for that. It was all anger against Brady.
I don't think they should have taken any heat for that. Like, you said, you could kind of see this ramping up.
Everyone that watched games, like, we talked about it during the season on post-game shows and stuff. It's like, there's something wrong with Brady. Either A, he's hurt. B, he's saving himself for Olympics. Or C, he's checked out.
Right.
Like, you're just left to speculate.
Yep.
Then he goes to the Olympics, comes back, still kind of playing the same way. And it's like, okay, so he's not saving himself because that's done.
And now there's some grumpiness with the media there.
Or he's injured.
Right. And like the podcast stuff happens and you're just like, oh, it's getting to a spot where you can almost see it coming. Right. And so I don't think the organization deserved a whole lot of heat for the way that part played out. They did the best they could, got a decent return out of it and whatever. But yeah, I think the fan base is sort of feeling, and like I said, you would know better than me, but just.
He's going to be, like, this is easily going to be public enemy number one, like, Sens franchise history.
So I was listening to you.
Worse than Heatley, worse than Yashin.
Oh, wow.
Oh, 100%. 100%.
Oh, my goodness.
It's going to be crazy. Like,
that's not recency bias?
No, 100%.
This is villain number one in franchise
100%.
history. Oh
my opinion,
gosh.
and just like what I've seen online, people burning his jersey and stuff. And of course, we didn't have Twitter when Heater was traded, but and like he was hated.
Yes,
but like he was just for the most part welcome back into the hearts of the organization with the
they
pizza
gave him a bit of a safety net, right?
Yeah, but
Come
still, like I think a lot of people were ready, like and because a lot of people were like, "Hey,
those were great years
you know what?
For the Sens. This was
not only that, it's like, hey." Maybe it makes sense why he wanted out. And this guy wanted out. And that guy wanted out.
Right.
Like, there was some other shit going on.
Sure.
Whereas, like, Brady wanted out.
Yeah.
So, like, I
heard you and AJ
it's going to be
on the drive on Thursday afternoon talking about the jersey return policy, right? Like, if you hand in your Brady Tkachuk official, authentic jersey, you get 40% off at the store. And you kind of said, jokingly, or you can keep it and throw it on the ice next time he comes.
That's 100% happening.
I was going to ask.
Multiple times.
You will see Brady jerseys on the ice this season,
I think
you think?
so.
Yeah.
We've already seen people burn them online. Like, and I actually, there was, I have one buddy who was texting me after it happened. He's like, that's the one game I'm going to for sure next year. And I'm throwing my Brady jersey on the ice.
I love fan passion like that. I don't get burning your own money necessarily. I bought.
What are you going to do with it? Like for me,
yeah.
like I had this conversation with AJ today, but like I grew up like a diehard Sens fan. It's not like that anymore. Like it's been in this industry, covering the team for 17 years.
Get
it's
a little
different.
jaded.
I cheer for people.
Yeah.
Like Mark Borowiecki goes off, wish him success.
Sure.
Christian Wolanin, still communicate with that guy, and
nice.
And there's players like Mark Stone and all that stuff.
Good people.
Yeah, it's just like I cheer for people, and like of course I want Ottawa to win. Like I want this city to experience a championship and just what that would, the reunions 20 years from now, people are doing podcasts or whatever, the talk radio, all the whatever's going on. And it's like, oh, this guy won a cup in Ottawa 20 years. Like I want all the bars and restaurants and just all that shit like that. That's what I want the most, but it's not
the
like
city comes alive. Like
it's not like I'm like cheering one way or another.
Sens, go.
But I grew up and I had a Yashin jersey.
Right.
And like I still have it. I ended up putting it like I used to when I was a kid and a teenager. I had a ton of jerseys, and there's too much like to do with right now. So like I just have like a couple bins in my basement that have old jerseys in it, and Yashin's one of them. And now like then the outdoor game they hosted against Montreal, like they had the Parliament game and Yashin was there, and people kind of accepted him back. So it's like you know what? I'm glad I didn't get rid of this thing. I'm not gonna wear it or hang it up, but. Whatever.
It's coming back around, yeah.
So, people, like, if I was a fan now and I had a Brady jersey, I don't think I wouldn't burn it. I wouldn't throw it on the ice.
Yeah.
Maybe I'd return it for another one or something. I don't know, but I'd probably just hang on to it, put it away, and.
So the deal was that the Sens announced was you can take your Brady official jersey and you get 40% off at the Sens store for other official gear. And that didn't appear to be warmly received. I'll be honest with you. I think this is a door that teams should be careful not. Like, if I had gone out in November or January, whenever he signed, and got myself a James Reimer Sens jersey, and he's not going to be back, you going to hook me up with 40% after? Like, I do think you should be careful.
No, but you do it in this case.
I guess.
And
I saw a lot of fans online just assuming like you should fully refund our money or fully exchange our. I thought that was too much.
I don't know what the number is, but
I think this is too little.
40 feels too little. And again, like I said this today on the show, like it's hard. It's easy for me to say this because like it's not my money being the Senators, and I'm not purchasing a jersey for myself.
Yeah.
But I did see 40, like when they launched that tweet, I was like 40%. And then our producer Noah brought up a good point. He's like, I just got, everything was 40% off the red jerseys like last week.
Yes.
So he's like, and I didn't have to give anything back. Like I got a Sanderson jersey for 40% off.
Yeah.
Like, so there's no, and like, that's so I feel like I saw 40 and then I saw only Fanatics jerseys. I'm like, I
might have just not done it. Like I might have just been like, buyer beware. Like we have all, as sports fans, I know you're a big football guy. I've got some Jays jerseys that didn't age well, right? Like of guys who left in difficult I don't expect to get my money back. It's kind of the risk.
No, for sure.
And there's a certain amount of just, that sucks. But and this is kind of why you also buy Legends jerseys. Like I'm happy to buy a Sundin or a Clark or a Cujo because that guy can't hurt me. He's retired. He's done. It's as good as it's ever going to be. If I turn around and buy an Austin Matthews jersey and he demands a trade tomorrow, well, that's on me, right?
And he still already did all the things that he did.
Yeah.
So it's like years down the road. Well, I don't know. That's why I asked for. I'm like, let's hear from the fans. Because like I'm not the Senators giving this discount and losing that money, and I'm not. Jersey buying fan, so it's hard to answer. But I did feel that you could galvanize the fan base by being like, hey, here's this number. Maybe it's 60%. I don't know what number I'd be. I would assume would be fair or worth it. But
I think the other thing Noah said,
like what you said though, like about you shouldn't expect your money back. It's professional sports. It's risk. And I agree. It happens all the time. I have Vince Carter Raptors jersey.
Right.
Like it happens. But in this case where it's like, okay, this guy, public enemy number one, let's get some more sales and let's rally around our fan base by being like, bring this jersey back.
Sure.
And this is what you get.
Yeah. And it's something, right? And maybe
like you're not going to do it for Lars Eller.
No. And that's, I guess, what I was like, where do you draw the line? And
well, it's someone like Brady Tkachuk.
It's your captain, right? And he's gone, and people are pissed. Maybe this is, like you said, a way to galvanize the fan base. And what I might have done is, I think Noah brought up on your show that there is a way to like unstitch and it's a little monotonous, but like bring back your Brady, and over the summer when we're not that busy anyway, we'll put a different number on it or something like that.
Yeah,
right.
That would be a great idea. Like, I just don't know. Like, I've never done this, so I don't know. But if you take that 7 off, can you still see the 7? Like it's faded red or whatever. Like, does it look like shit? Because then it's like, okay, well,
maybe you make a new number 7 Greg DeVries jersey. Like back in time. Was he not number 7?
I'd rather keep the Brady jersey.
That's
Kyle
the
Turris.
That would work. That's the joke that Rob and I always make in here, though. Like when Heatley got traded, he always remembers that people were walking around with their number 15 jerseys and Zach Smith's name like taped over the name bar on top, right? Like that. This people just kind of made do trying to make the best of a bad situation. So
and the Yashin, people changed it to Cashin.
Okay, and I like that. You gotta be able to.
Yeah, I put like the masking tape.
Yeah,
over
of course.
it.
Yeah, no, it's not a glorious look. But we should take a break here. We'll grab a second pint, and then I guess we should talk about what the rest of the league did here on free agency or at least the highlights on Canada today. We'll be back in just a second.
I must keep you in Canada, where you'll be safe and assigned your own hockey team.
Please not Ottawa. Please not Ottawa.
Yeah, I'm so sorry.
All right, let's get back into it here. There was a whole league's worth of news. We probably won't get to all of it, but we will get to a second round of beers. What have you... I know you've been kind of salivating over something that you spotted in there to have as your second beer, man. What'd you grab?
Well, this is one of my go-tos when I'm at the LC. Burdock Ducks IPA.
Oh.
And so in 2020, when the world shut down and shit, me and my buddies ended up ordering beer from all over Ontario. And Burdock was one that I hadn't had at that point.
You were the first person to ever mention that brewery to me.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
Oh, I'm glad.
You and Bunda were doing a lot of fight shows online at that time.
Oh, you mean back? I thought you meant just now. I'm like,
No.
Back then, yeah. Well, I wonder I wonder what I had back then because we did some ordering all over the place, and Burdock is a brewery we hit up. I got actually most of the time I would buy a cool glass, and so I got a glass from Burdock and tasted a bunch. And I don't think at the time they were in the LCBO. Now they are with Ducks, and I think they have a couple others.
Yeah.
Or at the LC. But yeah, no, I like Burdock Ducks, and anytime I introduce it to somebody, they'll often comment about how they enjoy it. So yeah, no, I was going through, and I always like to try one that I've never had when I come here.
Yeah.
It's like I want to try something I've never had, and I typically will do a second one that I've never had. But then I saw that tucked back in the second row in your fridge, and I'm like, I am having that.
Coast home on that, yeah. I am staying in kind of that lager area. This is the Collective Arts Collective Lager, moving up from 4.2% on the last one to 4.9% on this one. It's hot as shit out there, man. It's lager weather, right? This is what we're doing, so... Oh, that actually has a lot of flavor for a lager. Like, because sometimes they don't, right? Sometimes they can be kind of plain. This is nice, and obviously, you love yours. You knew going in. That's why.
Oh yeah.
On July 1st, and in kind of the time leading up to it, we saw some trades. We saw some free agent signings. We can kind of move around here a little bit. We won't get to everything that happened here over the last. But who, in your mind, has done a nice job here over the last couple of days, over the last week or so? Who have you kind of looked at in totality and went, I kind of like what you've gotten done here?
Washington.
That's a good call.
Yeah. I don't know if I just jumped them to the front of the list.
Well, we did just see here earlier in the day, Ovechkin is coming back for 4+ bonuses, I believe.
And I'm looking forward to seeing how they utilize him, because I do think they're probably a better team with him off the ice in certain situations.
Traded for Kyrou.
Tuck.
Alex Tuck was a big one there. So they're actual now that on the right side, they've got Tuck, they've got Kyrou, they've got Ryan Leonard, and they've got Tom Wilson. So someone's going to flip to the left. I'm almost certain. I would probably lean to put the kid over there, right? Ryan Leonard moves as maybe the shooter, and I would allow your more playmaker style guys, your Kyrou and your Tuck, to kind of stay on the right and feed Ovi and feed Leonard on the other side, those kind of righties with their sticks in. So who knows what they'll do, but they are suddenly loaded with right-handed shooting wingers.
Yeah, you can't forget
Signed
about
Boone
Protas
Jenner. Yes.
on the left side.
And another
Protas
Protas coming.
brothers.
Yeah. Boone Jenner.
Boone Jenner.
Yeah.
Like they I like what they got going on. I'm not going to be like, they're going to win the Eastern Conference, and they might. But
I was listening to Dom Luszczyszyn talk here about them from The Athletic, and he said they might have the weakest first line in the NHL, but they probably have 4 second lines. And he goes, that can really push teams, right? That wave after wave of just balanced, coming at you, coming at you, coming at you. He said, I don't know if they have a legit contending number 1 line, but they'll hurt you with their depth, right?
Yeah, I like what they've done. San Jose, so...
They've made some questionable choices.
No, I actually like their choices. Like would I love the term and money Nurse and
Trouba
are
it's
making?
A bit much.
Like
one or the other for me. One or the other. Don't do both.
No, I'm fine with it for them for where they're at.
All right.
Like I think they're a better team today than they were last year, and it gives them the ability to have a Dickinson with a Trouba. And then a Nurse
buys Kierton Veerhoff a little time. You don't have to put him in next year, right?
I think Kesselring has some big time upside. I liked him before moving to Buffalo.
Yeah, it just didn't work in Buffalo. It didn't work.
Maybe it really works in San Jose.
It could.
So, like, if it was the Senators, for example, and they took on Nurse or signed Trouba to that contract, I'd be like, ooh, I don't know. But San Jose has the cap space to be able to do that,
That's
and
true.
they had the need to improve the quality of their blue line. So I like that. And then they have Mason Marchment as well.
Yep.
So
And
they're
Stenberg
just adding
for the draft.
Yeah. So I like the Sharks. I watch a lot of Sharks. I probably, anyone listening to this, I watch more Sharks than anyone listening to this for sure.
I'm kind of the same way.
10:30 puck drop at the tank. I'm
a late night guy. I watched a lot of Ducks last year.
Ducks, Sharks,
Ducks
and then
and Sharks,
Utah were the 3 teams that I watched a lot of.
Well, it's interesting you bring them up because Jersey went ahead and served Barrett Hayden with a really interesting offer sheet. And I kind of like that teams are getting fun with this. If you go back to when Carolina offer sheeted Kotkaniemi and it was loaded. Yeah. I didn't love the result if I'm Carolina.
But how they trolled
the
them
numbers,
online
everything was. This is a little like New Jersey. There's a salary number where if you offer more than that, it's no longer just a second round pick in compensation. It goes up from there, and they went $666 under that number to match, the number of the devil. I thought that was kind of cool, but it is a bit of a poison pill for Utah because if you match that offer sheet, you can't trade him for a year, which means he walks right to free agency and could leave you for New Jersey. And at the same time, they've gotten better in Utah up the middle. Like maybe they could afford to lose him and take the second round pick. It's not probably fair return for what he is, but now that they've brought in Trocheck, they have Logan Cooley.
Schmaltz.
And Schmaltz, yeah. And actually also Stenlund now at fourth line. It's like they're fine up the middle, better than fine, if they let him leave. So that's a really interesting one. I'm not sure what they'll do, but I like what Utah's suddenly putting together out there too, man.
Yeah, no, they're fun.
Yeah.
I like that team. Anders Lee they added to. Dylan Gunther is really
Sebastian Cossa, who may or may not yet become a legit NHL goalie, right? Like we'll see, but they can't keep playing Vejmelka 60 games a year. That just doesn't work anymore. So bringing in Cossa from Detroit is an interesting move for them too. But yeah, there's something about, as a guy who stays up too late watching hockey most nights, you got the Ducks, the Sharks, and Utah all kind of being fun at the same time. And like, all right, like there's something to watch here.
I'm going completely off the rails. Is that okay?
Yeah, by all means.
Just because you mentioned staying up late, and usually when I'm in here, it's alongside Steve Bunda, my guy. We're talking UFC. Did you watch 250? Did you watch White House?
Freedom
guy?
250? Yeah. Yeah. You know what was?
It was cool. It was very cool.
It was like
in terms of like the fighters
Yes.
walking out and you
and
see
the
all the
card was
presidents'
good.
faces.
The fighters
Every fight was a
performed.
finish or a knockout.
And the backdrop, though, was wild. And so if you can pull yourself out of the political nonsense around it, which is impossible to do at the White House.
I did it.
Right, though. I'm with you. But, like, to see the main event guys walk out from the Oval Office and Gaethje stop and look at, I can't remember now, one of the Constitution or the...
Yeah.
Like, these moments are like, this is insane. This is WWE style performance, like, and yet then they get out and they have this killer card. Now that ended up being a Sunday night, and
I had
of the
no
weather,
idea. I had no idea. I was like Saturday. I don't remember what we were doing that weekend, but I was like, all right, I'm gonna watch UFC, and then I looked it up on my phone or something. I'm like,
oh shit,
it's tomorrow.
Yeah.
I'm like Sunday.
Well, and then the weather turned out to be not great earlier in the day, so it gets pushed back an hour or two, and all of a sudden
They control the weather. It just moved past them, and they got the people that needed
but it
people in
started
power.
an
Be like,
hour
hey,
late.
weather, go over here.
Yeah. It did start an hour late on a Sunday night on a streaming service that nobody has. So this gift to America like became kind of weird. But as a presentation, it was a wild show, right? Like it was everything they wanted.
Wow, just the fighter walkout
Yes.
and then walking down the steps, and I'm like, this is badass. Like
It was incredible.
Honestly, I put everything like I'm not like crazy political one way or another. Obviously, like I have my opinions on whatever, but like I'm like removing all that shit. I watch the UFC.
Yes.
There's some of these fighters that I want to see perform. There's some fighters I want to see win. There's some fighters I want to see get knocked out. Whatever. And I'm just like watching them walk out of the White House and walk down the hall with all the pictures of the presidents, and I'm like, this is awesome. This is awesome.
It really was. Like, and that's the precursor I've had to put on, or the caveat every time is like, if you hate the UFC, if you hate this administration, whatever, but as a broadcast, it was brilliantly done, right? Like, it could not have come off much better.
You haven't had Joe Rogan in a different color shirt. Sorry, I went way off the rails.
That's cool. The Oilers have taken a couple of big swings here in goal, and I kind of like both of them. I like the bet on Devin Levi, who hasn't panned out yet, but could. Freddie Anderson at $1 million. Fine, right? Like, take a shot. And they still have Tristan Jarry out there. Now, that is we talked about the Sens and having 3 goalies, and could you send one down and what the risk might be. If you need to send down Tristan Jarry for a little while, no one's taking that guy. You can get
cool
him
with
through
paying him in the
waivers.
American League?
Well, you might have to be.
Cool. That's what I mean.
Yeah,
Like,
that's it. So I like and yet it still feels kind of risky. It still feels like it doesn't feel like they have yet for sure solved the issue. I like both bets they've made, but it still feels risky, doesn't it?
what? That's just the goaltending?
The goaltending that they have added here to the mix.
I guess whenever you talk Freddie Anderson, you got to talk about like the injury history.
Yeah.
But he's an upgrade on anything they've had.
And at
recently.
$1 million, yeah.
It's cheap.
Yeah.
I think he performs well when he's insulated by a good structure in front of him.
Mm-hmm.
And that's what their acquisition was. The big time acquisition this year was they're going all in on Mike Babcock fixing shit. So if
Who's
it
gonna
works
fix
out,
him? If it hasn't happened yet, I guess it's not going to.
maybe they fire him and then they hire Bruce Cassidy next season when he's able to talk to them again.
Finally allowed to negotiate.
But just given like their cap situation and available goaltenders, they probably did as best they could with getting Anderson in there. I was not a Jarry fan when they brought him over. I remember having a debate with AJ about the trade.
Yeah.
I thought Skinner was a better goaltender. They also gave up a good defender in Kulak and I think a second round pick for and Skinner was on an expiring ticket. And you got this multi-year bad contract on a guy that hasn't been good. I didn't like it from the drop of that trade.
I tried to justify it for myself, and I know I said it here on the show. I said, maybe just the swap, maybe the switch of positions, maybe just something different makes it worth it for Edmonton so that they have a little. I was so
Didn't
wrong, man.
work.
It blew up. It was not good.
And then, yeah, Devin Levi obviously didn't have a future in Buffalo.
No.
Hoping
Especially if Hellebuck ends
just
up
with the Carlton Place Canadians connection, I really hope that ends up having an NHL career and earns
And he could still
a
pop.
spot in Edmonton. Yeah.
Who jumped out at you, if anyone, as I don't know what the hell you're doing, like crazy
Team?
Yeah. In terms of bad performances here over trade deadline day, the week or two leading up to it, was there anyone that was like, "Oh, you're headed for disaster here"? It's okay if nobody was that tragic in your mind.
So
LA is
the
getting
reason I
older.
hesitated is because you went harsher than I would say.
Okay.
But the team that comes to mind kind of, and because it's not, I'm more just interested to see their system and how everything develops, but it's Toronto.
Yeah.
Like I think there's some value in some of the players they brought in. I just like, how does it fit together? How does it fit
There's
together
so
under
much
their new head
change.
coach?
New coach too.
So yeah,
Yes.
like it's more
How-
like I'm not like, what are you guys doing? I'm just like,
There were moments
guys
where I
doing?
was like that. Like, as I watched some of those moves, we now have like 17 bottom six forwards in Toronto. Bobrovsky, everyone's like, well, Ed Belfour came after a bad year and he was 38 and gave you 2 great years. I'm like, yeah. Can you name any other time where that's ever worked? I think it's possible Bobrovsky will be fine. And I guess I'm reassured by the fact that everyone was saying he wanted the Brad Marchand deal in Florida. And if he couldn't get it, he would get it from Toronto. And that terrified the shit out of me. At least it's only 3 years, right? Like, if it is a disaster, if it doesn't work, they do have Atyamov and Stolarz if he's ever going to be healthy. It makes me nervous to have traded Dennis Hildeby, but they do that for a guy you know very well, and Nick Paul. He had a pretty bad year. It sounds like he was injured both at a high ankle sprain and a wrist. Do you think that guy at 31 years old, Nick Paul, can he play third line center still for a contender?
oh yeah, I like Nick Paul a lot.
Yeah.
He should be in Ottawa. What was it, like a $250,000 difference? Making under $3 million
They
for
don't need
4
another
years.
center in Ottawa. Though. Back then,
move him
maybe,
around?
but Yeah, okay.
Figure it out. That was an easy one. He wanted to be here.
Yes.
His, I believe, wife now from here wanted to be here. Under $3 million. Oof. Yeah. No, I like
that's
Nick
a
Paul.
miss, yeah.
I dislike that trade.
Okay, fair enough.
I don't want to
That was
see him wear
Matthew
that
Joseph,
color.
right?
I guess
Yeah,
he's
no.
already wearing blue and white, but
Yes. But she was already kind of shockingly similar jerseys between Tampa and Toronto. So he's already kind of gotten used to that color, I guess. I got no problem bringing in Nick Paul. I'm a little worried that Dennis Hildeby could turn into something. He's not proven enough yet to be terrified, but he played pretty well for them this year when called upon. And yet,
are you surprised like he was traded and not Stolarz?
I just don't know that Stolarz at his age and his injury history and the contract they've given him had any value.
Like how is he feeling today?
I think he's probably feeling like I'm back to being
Bobrovsky's back up.
yeah. And if Bobrovsky goes down or isn't any good, they're looking behind me at Atyamov after the run he just had in the AHL to see if he could perform. So I don't know that I love the goaltending. They did like the new bottom six. All these guys that they brought skate better, are more physical, but they needed some help scoring, and they did not get that with Teddy Bluger or Colton Sissons or half of the what was his name? Zach McEwen, who was just here, was he not, in Ottawa?
Yeah, he was part of the McDermott trade.
Yeah, like I don't understand what they're going for here. They do skate a little better now in the bottom six, but I look at it and I go, other than making sure Austin Matthews and John Tavares never take another defensive zone face-off, and those guys will be exclusively placed up front and expected to score, I don't know what else was accomplished here. Like, I don't know.
It's really too bad they won the lottery.
Yeah, that is too bad, isn't it?
That is too bad.
The 72 debate roars on now because he was McKenna was expecting to wear his number 72, and that happens to be Bobrovsky's number. And they did interview him there on Thursday at the first day of development camp. You know, you said after the draft, will you keep your number? And because people were wanting to go out and get their new jerseys. And he's like, yeah, no, I can't wait to wear 72 for the Leafs. And all of a sudden they signed Bobrovsky, who also wears 72. And that guy's won 2 cups, so I'll probably let him keep his number. And anyway, it's interesting. I'm with you. The Leafs were really interesting and really busy. I think they're better than last year. I don't know if they're better enough.
I think they're better. I think they're better.
Yeah. What did you make of what they did in Montreal?
Nothing.
No, but they re-signed. Yeah. Oh, I know. They didn't do much on bringing in new talent. But Demidov gets 8 years at under $10 million. A lot of your analytics nerds, who I enjoy reading quite a bit, say this is an absolute slam dunk. With where the cap is going, this guy's going to be paid by the time that contract is over like a third-line winger with like top-end Kucherov potential upside to make this look ridiculous potentially. What did you think of it?
Great deal.
Yeah.
He looks scary, man.
Yeah.
His first full year in the NHL and 20 years old, 62
Don't give him a second-line center to play with. Like, give him somebody out there.
No, he's scary.
Yeah.
Like, watching their power play and stuff, I'm like, man, this dude is a weapon. And that's like, $9 million isn't the old $9 million.
No.
Like, $9 million is like the old, like,
we all
$6
have to
million.
recalibrate, right, what these
time.
numbers mean. Yeah.
So, no, that's a good deal. He's a good player.
Yeah, 100%. Yeah, I don't know. Looking around the rest of the league, I don't think Winnipeg could do much until they know. Like, if you're keeping Hellebuck, you're going for it. If you're losing Hellebuck, I don't know if you're tearing it down, but you're in a suddenly different world.
They should tear it down. Easy for me to say, but
Yeah.
imagine the haul you could get for Hellebuck, Kyle Connor, Scheifele after the year he just had.
I suppose. But man, like, how are you ever going to get these kind of stars back to Winnipeg, right? Like,
The draft
it has to be.
and prospects you acquire for them.
LA brings in Zuccarello, but they're getting old as hell too. Eric Howla will be their second line center. That's not going to work behind Byfield, so they're going to fall out. Edmonton, like we talked about, their goaltending, they got rid of Darnell Nurse. Anaheim, I expected after a step into the playoffs would try to be busier to kind of stack on some more talent. They didn't do a whole lot. Like,
What do you mean? They got Nick Jensen.
Yeah, well, what could go wrong? I don't know, man. It was interesting to watch the way the day played out. There wasn't a whole lot of like teams, like you said, Toronto could be the one that crashes and burns, or you kind of look back and go, oh, okay, that went pretty well. When you're the busiest team, you open the door up to a lot of different potential outcomes. But looking around the rest of the league, I don't know if anybody really, like, Seattle stood still. Chicago didn't do a whole lot other than the Bo Byram thing from a few days earlier.
Seattle didn't want to sit still.
No, I guess they did not. I don't know, man. We're still waiting on the Jason Robertson.
It's like Seattle's entire team is what the Leafs just added.
It does feel, I agree with that. Like, it does feel a little like, let's bring in 6 guys who are all third line upside. Like, that's, I don't know, man. We'll see. What's the, unless you got anything else on the NHL, I want to ask you about the vibe around the Red Blacks right now.
You know what? Surprisingly, so I did Steve Bunda as the pre and post game show host.
Yeah.
But I did the Sunday game.
Guy hanging out at his cottage, couldn't be bothered to come down.
No, you know what? He's taking his main gig seriously, so
Okay.
he can't. He fucking.
I've asked him
I'm
to
cool
sit
to swear,
on.
right?
Oh yeah,
Yeah,
I've asked him to
it's part
sit
of the
here
fun.
on Sunday nights, and he can't do it. Right?
Yeah, that's what.
Yeah.
He fucking works at like 3:30 a.m.
It's gross.
So he
his
can't be
hours.
working until midnight on a Sunday night.
No, he cannot.
But in all seriousness, so yeah, I was in for him, and they shit the bed in the first half, and offensively unbelievable in the second
Yeah.
half. So I turn to Duke like in between the end of the fourth quarter and the start of the postgame show, and I'm like, I don't know what the reaction's going to be because what I just said, they sucked, and it's like
They were already 0-2.
yeah. So you're gonna get the fans who are like, all right, they're 0-3. They've been shit for 10 years, not that long, but you know what I mean.
Getting there.
Getting there.
Yeah.
What did we see last year is like they suck in the first half, then they flirt with you, and it's like, okay, like these guys are pretty good, and then they show up and they suck in the first half again. I'm like, so there's like going to be that section of people, and then there's going to be another section of people that are like, hey, they looked unbelievable in the second half. Like, I'm optimistic.
Sure.
So I told Duke, I'm like, I don't know what we're going to get tonight. And honestly, if you had made me bet, I would have said we're going to get more negative reaction. I would say 65-70% of the people we heard from were optimistic because of the second half. So
I'm
they
on the
need
other
to
side,
win
man.
against the Green Riders.
Yeah.
You can't go 0-4. Yeah, if they go 0-4, I don't want to hear any, well, if they just win 3 in a row and blah. No. You can't start 0-4.
I am
Short week, I don't care. Go win a football game.
I was so just fed up, right? And this is one of those places where I wear my heart on my sleeve a little bit, right? Like so many in this market, day one with the Red Blacks, day one with the Ottawa Charge, right? Like in most other sports, I grew up in the GTA. Other teams have my heart, right? And it's just been such a bummer. And I got so pumped when they brought in Ryan Dinwiddie, right? And like, okay, let's get some direction here. Like, let's get a new look at things. Let's get a new approach. And immediately you're like, yeah, we're not even going to give Drew Brown a chance. And then he gets shipped out of town. And I have heard all the same things that everyone else has heard, that maybe once he wasn't the starter, he didn't really want to stick around. And so maybe that's a little bit out of their hands. But it's 0-1 and it's 0-2 and it's 0. And by the time they got to the second half where they had this breakout, they're already down. And I wasn't even buying it. In the second half there in that week 3, I don't even care, right? Like, I'm already sulking.
That's totally
basically.
fair.
As a
just
fan,
given their history.
Yeah. I'm just like, I don't give a shit. Oh, we'll come all the way back and lose by 3 instead of getting just pumped or whatever was going to happen. I don't know. Something has to happen fast because it's turning, right? This franchise had so much goodwill for so long and people willing to give them the benefit of the doubt over so many different things that haven't panned out. And it just feels like it's run out. And maybe I'm the wrong, temperature taker on that, which is not a term, but it's going to have to work as one now. It just...
No, why can't it be you? You're a diehard day one fan.
Yeah. And I'm just get it done. I don't care anymore what the reason is you didn't get it done tonight. Just do it. And they're not doing it. And maybe they will. Maybe that second half is a harbinger of things to come. And they turn around and they found something, and we'll see. But I'm jaded. I'm feeling bad about it. And this is it. Like, this is half my summer in terms of sporting events. I'm going to go to a couple of Red Blacks games.
That's the thing. If they go 0-4 or 0-5, it just kills anything for the summer.
And this is it. At this point, this is the first year, and as long as I can remember, I haven't bought any tickets in advance. Because I know I can get them later if I need to, or not if they stay this bad. And right now, I have no plans to go. And over the summer, most year, I'll go to 2-3 games, right? Like, I'm not there every night. I'm not trying to be that guy, but it's normally because I'm sitting my fat ass at the lake 4 hours from here. But at least
don't
watching
tell
the
AJ.
game.
He doesn't understand cottage love.
I've known that about AJ, which is weird.
Yeah, he's a goofball with that.
He's a guy who'd rather get in his car at 11 o'clock on a Friday night and drive to Pearson and fly to Houston, and power to him.
Yeah, you know what? Yeah, good for that. But you got to appreciate cottage country and cottage living.
Yeah, man. Everybody's summer's a little different, right? The miles that guy's putting on right now is insane.
And the credit card.
Oh, I wouldn't even want to.
I would love to know what he spent on this.
I would not. That number would terrify me. I would not even want to, because it's all last minute, right? Like, he could.
No. All the games he's paid for. The travel is last minute.
That's what I'm saying.
He is the king, though. He has an unreal ability to find flights that are cheap. Like, he'll go to Europe and be like, oh, I just found this flight round trip, $350 to.
Yeah, he did the Paris Olympics.
I'm like, what?
At the last minute on
He just always does. So like,
that makes sense to me. Like, like he knew where Canada's first 3 games were going to be, when they were going to be, and was able
even
to
beyond
book in
that,
advance.
I think the knockout round he got all of them for $850 or something.
Okay.
That they make you commit to that, and then there's some games he can't go to, and there's some games he's selling, and
Yeah.
whatever.
Guy's a legend.
Yeah.
Traveling to Paris for an Olympics, it's like, I don't know, I'll go see some boxing, I'll go see some basketball, whatever's on.
See the 100 meters.
Fuck. Yeah, good luck to you. The D pool or whatever that's going to have to look. Because I think that's one of their marquee.
No, he went to it.
Yeah, he got in there, did he?
He was in the house for a 100-meter final.
Fucking guy, man.
I think he was nosebleeds, but he was
You'd
in
have
there.
to be, yeah. Well, good for him, man. Anything else before we wrap up, buddy? Because I don't get you in here too often. You're a busy guy. And I'm going to actually pull you in here again.
Oh, I thought you were going to say, I'm going to actually throw you under the bus here.
No. I even refrained from opening the show with The Pigeon Has Landed.
I was going to say, like, are we going to chirp Bunda right now or what? All I did is just pump his tires. By the way, have you seen McLeod Bethel Thompson's beard?
No.
Phenomenal.
Oh, yeah?
Phenomenal.
Bunda
Bunda's gonna
quality
love it.
beard? Yeah. Okay.
Maybe better than Bunda's.
Oh, man.
But it's in that, like, they're in the same ballpark. It's great.
What do you make of that? Just feels like Dinwiddie's guy.
Yeah,
Just, like,
whatever. Let's
pulling
move
it.
on. From
Yeah, okay. Yeah, no. I'm going to have to pull you back in here again before the hockey season starts, because it's a write-off once the NHL season's out. You're doing pre-games and post-games, and you got a family, and you got things.
Kids hockey,
Like,
and
yeah.
it's nuts.
Are you coaching? Are you
Oh, yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah. I'm on the ice with the girls.
Yeah?
Yeah, it's the best. It's the best thing.
Coach Creech? Yeah. They give you any respect? Or
they call me Creature. Coach. No.
Coach Creech, I kind of like. It's
Yeah, I'll get that occasionally, depending on the kids are getting older, right?
Yeah.
So especially like my oldest, so it's like, oh, Coach Creech. But before it was Coach Graham, Coach Graham.
yeah.
But no, it's awesome being out there with them. It's my favorite thing to do.
You running the power play? Like you got assistant coaches? or what?
I push pucks. I push pucks. We got a great crew of guys that played real good professional hockey that are unbelievable at people and player development, and I go push pucks and have a good time.
The P-dub is the other thing maybe we should comment on here quickly while I got you. People are getting pretty pissed about the repeated expansion around the PWHL.
Losing all their players, and
Yeah.
second overall picks and stuff like that, first round
Got
picks.
jerseys printed like, hey, we got Danielle Serdachny in a printed jersey. Yeah, she's gone in a year. Like things like that. This Charge team, even watching them this year, man, without Gwyneth Phillips, was not good. Like they never had the puck. They never had score. And you thin the rosters again, and I get it. In theory, they all got thinned equally across the league, although they didn't. I think Toronto probably got decimated harder. Toronto and New York probably got crushed the hardest. But they got to pump the brakes here, man. Like this was a feel-good thing that people could not wait to rally around, and there's some sour fucking vibes around the PWHL right now.
I think it's fair.
Yeah,
Like it's
is
good
fair.
for the game and for the women and everything
Yeah, more
in terms
jobs
of more
and
jobs.
expansion.
But I think it's too in my opinion, it's too much
way
too soon. Like you're already having games that are 1-0, 2-1,
Yeah.
and now you're expanding to 12. And the talent's coming. Like
Oh yeah.
I'm in the rink a lot, and I talk to people that are really in the weeds of women's hockey and that run skill development stuff and that are at coach high-end. Like I talk to a lot of people about this stuff, and you can see it. Like Abby Murphy and like
Yeah.
you can see like the talent is
Layla
coming.
Edwards, Carolyn Harvey, like these are off the charts players.
Oh yeah, like it's coming, but
Yeah.
it's like to expand to 12 this soon.
Yeah.
To me, in my opinion, feels way too
And
much
you
too
have
soon. Like I feel like it's going to be
crushed
watered
those
down
first
right
6
now.
markets. Yeah.
And yeah, like
Oh,
I don't know. I can't sit here and tell you what the perfect like rules would be for expansion.
right.
But you can't lose a first round pick 2 years in a row.
Yeah, no, and this is
Like maybe have the exact same rules, but it's like, okay, you just picked somebody in the draft last year. You don't even have to protect
first
them.
round pick should be exempt, right? Like your most
Yeah.
recent first round, something like that, or anybody under 23, or something like that. Like it got out of hand, and like we had this conversation. Hoffley was on the show a week or two ago, and we talked a little bit the Brady thing. And there's a part of me, as we talked about, look, if you buy a jersey of a current player and their name's on it, that's the risk you run. They might leave. They might get traded. They might whatever. And yet, when you're trying to build a new fan base, right, and you have kids involved, like now I feel bad. Some kid got a Danielle Serdachny jersey, a Brady Tkachuk jersey for Christmas, and by June that player's gone. That sucks. Like that's hard on kids that you're trying to build your fan base through, and yet
get a Beck Leslie jersey.
But the Brady thing happened in a very that's pro sports kind of way. Sometimes guys just want to leave. The PWHL, the Serdachny one, is forced on you by the league. They created a scenario where it was more likely than not she was going to leave, right? Like, and that's the difference. I think your league is pushing fans out, and not out necessarily, but just fans who wrap their arms around you early have had every reason to turn their back here for a while, for a couple straight off seasons now.
I don't think they're turning their back.
I don't think they're turning their, but the league has given you an opportunity to feel burned a little bit. I don't know, man. Like that and the Red Blacks here in town, those are the two teams I go and see the most. And that roster that Ottawa's putting out now resembles in no way the day one roster. And we were only talking 3 seasons now.
I think we said that after last year, what they lost, and they went to the finals.
But again, that to me, that was entirely Gwyneth Phillips. That is she has been that
Beck Leslie.
Good. Yeah, Beck Leslie's
got
been
a
fantastic. Of course, the local girl.
The local girl every time.
No, she's killing it.
Stud.
Yeah. Emily Clark went to sleep a little bit. Brienne Jenner faded down the stretch. This was a Gwyneth Phillips, Rebecca Leslie performance that got them. I don't know, man. I just think you're asking a lot of your fan base right now. So you're around the station, you get the vibe of the city a little bit more than I do. I see what I see on Twitter. You get the stuff you can and can't read at 1200.
You can read that on this show.
They could be read here for sure. That would be a different vibe. Bring the 1200 text line to TCA and read that out uncensored one night.
It's like when I get caught up in an emotional Sens game and it's like flooded with text.
Yeah.
And I start reading something. I was like, hey. I got to stop reading that one.
Bleep.
I've never been caught. So
no.
Been close.
You just got to say the word bleep. You just got to censor yourself a little bit. Or do you just skip the text all the time?
No. If it's just an F-bomb or something, like 100%, I'll just read it and I'll say bleeping whatever.
Yeah.
But then there's some where it's like off, like if it's attacking a person's character or like, like it's something inappropriate, but like you don't see it because you don't get you get a little preview.
Yes. Click,
and like
read.
I'm speaking and listening.
Like,
so it's not like I can sit there and read every text, especially when it's like a ton.
Yeah.
So it's like, all right, let's read it. Oh, this looks like a good text. And you read it and you're a line or two into it and it's a fair text. And all of a sudden it like goes in another direction. And it's like, oh, I cannot finish that one. I won't have a job.
Last thing before we wrap then, Creech. As far as the Sens go, before training camp opens, will there have been a significant addition? And I will define that as someone who will play on one of the top 2 lines or in the top 4D. Will there be something like that happens for the Sens between now and opening night?
Yes.
Yeah. Where do you
top 6 forward
more likely think? Yeah. Okay. Yeah. I kind of agree. I think Eklund is a nice addition. I don't think it was quite enough, right? And he's a super different player than Brady, but a no less valuable one. What do you think they trade to get it done?
A first?
Yak's not going, right?
I wouldn't roll it out. I don't know.
Yeah.
But
does locking up Jordan Spence impact Yakimchuk's future?
No. Because like I said earlier about 9 is the new 6. Like I think 5 is the new 5 was 3. So and I think Jordan Spence is
in terms of millions of dollars.
Yeah. Sorry.
Yep.
Just go back to that. So Jordan Spence, I think right now top 4D, but let's say Yakimchuk just blows the doors off, and it's like, man, we gotta give this guy minutes. He's unbelievable. Like at some point, whether it's like midway through this year or next year, whatever, it's like okay, like you're getting those minutes, and Jordan Spence, like you're a really good third pair defenseman for us with Tyler Clevin or whatever the case may be. Maybe Tyler Clevin gets those second pair of minutes too.
Sure.
So, but yeah, no, like why him? Maybe it's a roster player. But
they're not trading Shabbat, right? Like, there's nothing to. You got to keep that guy. Like, that is a franchise pillar at this point. I get Sanderson's your guy now. Not your guy. I mean, Ottawa's guy. I can't imagine you.
Well, they're probably not trading him, but if you get.
Are you ready to put Clevin as top 4 lefty?
Probably not yet.
Shown
right now.
some moments, like in that playoff series against Toronto, he was really good, but he hasn't done it consistently, right? Like, I don't know. Who did he bury against Carolina?
Thomas Chabot's not an untouchable or anything for me. Okay. Like, I'm not like, oh, you can't trade Thomas Chabot.
That one just feels a little like plugging one hole but opening up another, right? If he gets you a top 6 winger and...
No, like... sorry, I thought you meant just like ever. Are you trading Thomas Chabot?
Yeah, no, I meant to solve the problem you're talking about.
I would imagine if you're getting a top 6 winger, you're trading... Like, if we're talking roster player, it's like Ridley Gregg, Shane Pinto...
Don't trade
Dylan
Pinto.
Cousins.
I like Pinto.
Yeah, no, I don't want to.
Yeah.
I'm just saying that's like the cost.
To get it done, yeah.
Like, you're getting...
Cost of doing business.
If you're getting a guy that's a legit top 6 forward any team in the league, you got to give up something like that.
Yeah.
Or you're giving up like a first or 2 firsts, like that, like Paterka. You're giving up the cost is 2 firsts, or a first and a high-end prospect, or a first and a good NHL player.
A lot of Sens fans seem to have been calling out to get that guy for a while because the match with Stützle is too perfect, right? And now he's bounced again out to Boston. I think that ship's probably sailed, but it might have been a fun fit for Sens fans.
It would have been a fun fit if they had just taken him instead of Roby Jarventi.
Hindsight being what it is, I suppose.
Oh, it wasn't even hindsight. People were saying this at the time. It's like you got his buddy who had an unbelievable connection with him, or you're taking this guy who is a project, or not a project, but
in my projects. So.
Oh yeah, this is not Monday morning quarterbacking. People said this that moment.
Okay,
how do you leave that guy there?
Yeah,
and he went the pick after.
I will say this was all Monday morning quarterbacks on the Monday morning edition of the Talking Audio podcast. Creech, I appreciate you coming in, man. I guess it's Friday morning, but
I was gonna say, when is it coming out?
Friday morning.
Oh, okay, I was gonna say Monday. Holy shit, shit might change.
No, we cannot hold a show this time of year that long. Things move a little bit too fast. But look, it's been hard to pin down the pigeon. He's a busy guy, and we
prick.
We will.
2 guys chirped me that don't have kids.
Nope.
In
just 2 single guys who can pick up a microphone whenever they feel like it and gonna rip the guy who's actually.
You know what, though?
Busy,
I take that back. Bunda's busy guy. Not that you aren't. I didn't mean. I just meant like.
Yeah.
I was joking. Obviously, busy with family stuff.
Yeah.
But Bunda, like, that guy works so hard, man. He's got 2 jobs.
Yep.
And he's always on the farm. That guy's a warrior.
He'll text me now and then when he does get up to his cottage, and we have actually done a couple summertime cottage to cottage online podcasts sitting on balcony. No video.
I was gonna say, I don't know if you can post those videos of him because I get the pictures of him
just shirtless and a beard
and other things.
Yeah, 100%, man. Some of that even on TCA can't make our Instagram for you, but I appreciate you coming in, man.
Yeah, thanks for having me.
We'll do it again before
the
hockey season starts up. 100%, man. A couple of good summertime pints on a hot summer evening in the nation's capital.
Love it.
Make sure you subscribe to Tall Can Audio wherever you're hearing us right now. Give us a follow on social media. For Graham Creech, my name is Matt Robinson. Thanks for listening. We'll see you Monday.